Jeff starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Myhock, and welcome to Up North at 4. Today, we'll find out where in the world Jeff Weller is, learn about what you can do during Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have some fun with some science experiments. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. So the closest I ever got to becoming a lawyer is watching Better Call Saul, and by that I mean I know absolutely nothing about the profession, but there is a kid in Texas who is the youngest graduate of law school, earning his degree at the age of 19. He began taking classes when he was about 12 or 13, so he couldn't even drive himself to classes at first. He will be officially sworn in later this week. Here in America, kids often grow up reading the Where's Waldo books, and in Australia, I imagine they grow up reading Where's the Wallaby? And that is the situation in Detroit right now, where zookeepers say a young marsupial has gone missing. The wallaby was last seen on Saturday night, but when they opened the Outback exhibit on Sunday, they were down a wallaby. And as of our last update, the young Joey still out there somewhere. When I was a kid, I would often spend times playing with Hot Wheels cars, and now the company has a brand new innovation. For the first time, the toy maker will introduce a remote-controlled wheelchair toy. It was made in collaboration with Paralympian Aaron Fotheringham, who says he's hoping to help inspire kids that any limitation cannot slow them down. So my go-to order at McDonald's is 2 McDoubles, but now the company is also offering tarot card readers. Yeah, I know. I'm probably not the place I would think to go to learn more about my future, but it's part of a promotion with astrology expert Madam Adam. And if you order a medium fry, you'll automatically be entered into a drawing for a card reading. I wish I had known about this before, because maybe then I could have learned about where in the world Jeff Weller is. And that in the business is what we call a tease, because we're now going to play everyone's favorite game show, Where in the World is Jeff Weller? He joins us now from some undisclosed location. Jeff, how you doing out there?
I am very well, Nate. We got to put a song to that, I think. All right, so
Maybe.
Last week was Cancun. I'm on the move again. Are you ready to guess where I'm at?
I am ready to guess. Let's see if you can give me good hints this time.
Okay, so where I am standing right now, since 1967, has not done daylight savings time. Do you have a guess?
So they don't do daylight savings time. I know Arizona doesn't. Is this... Am I
okay?
Right ballpark or no?
Second clue would be 135 miles that way, recorded the hottest temperature in the U.S. back in 1913 of 134 degrees.
I want to say
Got a
that's...
guess yet?
So Death Valley. So I feel like I'm kind of triangulating somewhere. You're out west. Am I close here?
Okay. You're close.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
So final clue. Somewhere close by me is about 45,000 pounds of water pressure per square foot.
That's not helping me at all, Jeff. I know you're somewhere out west. You're close to Death Valley somewhat. I know Arizona doesn't do the daylight savings anymore.
All right. Are you ready? I'm going to reveal this.
Yes.
Here we go.
Is it the
Mr.
Grand
Nate.
Canyon?
Now do you see where I'm at?
Oh, you're at that's the Hoover Dam, right?
Yes. We're here at the Hoover Dam.
Cool.
A beautiful day, of course, here. This thing, by the way, if you've not been here in person, it's enormous, right? The pictures don't do it justice. The water level, of course, we're here for several reasons. The water level right now, the lowest it's ever been since the dam was built back in the 30s. It's causing some issues downstream as well, because 6 states have to share the water. And, of course, that people don't share very easily, right? So, but here we are at the Hoover Dam, a beautiful day. Temperatures in the 70s. Back home, though, currently in Eagle River, we're also in the 70s with some cloud cover, and there are some thunderstorms across the western parts of Wisconsin now. That's a sign of things to come for us for tonight. So, looking forward, here's a satellite picture showing a little bit of shower activity came through earlier. A heavier storm came through northwestern parts of Wisconsin. That generally missed our viewing area. But round 2 arrives tonight, likely around 7 p.m. to to 8 p.m. or so, and these could be strong. We're talking about gusty winds, some small hail, and maybe some heavy downpours in there as well. In fact, this is the area we're watching. The worst of this should occur right after sunset and likely across parts of western Wisconsin. Conrad and Devin are back in the studio recording all this for me for tonight, and then we'll keep an eye on it for you too from here from the field, as there could be some squirrely, at least some loud storms across parts of Wisconsin this evening. All right, but look at these temperatures. We deserve this, right? So 70s and some 80s out here right now. Back home, same story. We're back in the 70s across central parts of Wisconsin, and we'll likely do it again tomorrow, but we're going to get warmer before it gets colder around here. In fact, look at this heat across the west. We're pushing 90 degrees in parts of Nebraska. That's a sign of what's coming our way. I talked last week for a while about how we could easily do some mid-80s this week. It looks like we're going to do that beginning, probably not tomorrow, but more so on Wednesday. In fact, here's that trend. Wednesday near 80, then 85-ish for Thursday. But that's a cold front that's going to come through and kind of change our lives next week. It's going to be much colder next weekend. And with the heat comes the allergies. Tree pollen is off the charts right now. And the grass pollen, as you start mowing your lawns, will not be so far behind. So here's your forecast then for tonight. We're talking about increasing clouds, showers and storms most likely around sunset. Any of those could be locally strong to severe. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Your full forecast is coming up.
We've been through a lot in the last few years. We've been down, we've risen, we've hurt, we've healed. And through it all, we've not lost our courage or our hope. And while there's work to do, our governor is determined to do what's right for us. Tony Evers invested over $1 billion to help thousands of small businesses prevent layoffs and create jobs. To battle rising costs, our governor worked with Republicans and Democrats to pass middle-class income tax relief. Tony Evers fixed our roads, and our public schools are now in the top 10 in America. Today, Wisconsin has one of the lowest unemployment rates in our history, along with billions in budget surplus.
Folks, there's too much division in politics today. That's why I'm focused on bringing people together to get the results that matter.
Tony Evers. He's doing the right thing for Wisconsin.
The natural beauty of the Northwoods beckons us to play outdoors, but there is a visitor we must carefully avoid: ticks and the illnesses they carry.
I thought it was a tick bite, but my test was negative. Then I had months of joint aches, brain fog, and bad headaches.
Our medical staff is thorough, experienced, and focused on the patient.
One approach doesn't work for all. Treating a tick-borne illness requires experience in treating multiple symptoms and developing unique care plans. Call us today.
Wet basement got you down? Is that damp, musty odor preventing you from using your home the way you want to? A wet, damp basement is a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect indoor air quality, and even damage your valuables. Let SureDry protect your home. When it comes to basements, nobody does it better. SureDry will transform your basement into dry, usable space and improve the air quality of your entire home. Call SureDry today.
I was out here all day yesterday and didn't get a bite. Got my bait at the other guy's shop. Where'd you get yours?
Kurt's Island Sport Shop, of course.
Kurt's Island Sports Shop, downtown Minocqua.
And welcome on back to Up North at 4. We are currently in week 2 of Where in the World is Jeff Weiler. We have just discovered that he is at the Hoover Dam. He's way out west, so we're going to bring him back in now. Jeff, those are some good clues you're giving me. I think I got somewhat in the right ballpark based on your the hints that you gave me.
You do not know how happy I am that you did not know where I was this week. I know last week you cheated just a little bit, but it was my fault. I posted my flight itinerary online on Facebook that you kind of did your journalistic duties and found out. But yes, this is where I'm at. I'm at the Hoover Dam. This was going to be a whole Grand Canyon trip for me, but the weather got in the way. What happened was I landed 2 days ago, and for the first time in a long time, there was a haboob. I know that sounds dirty, but it's actually a dust storm across the west, and we had poor visibility. It obscured the views in the Grand Canyon, so I decided to move everything here and give the view a much better view, of course, much better weather today than what's across the Grand Canyon currently.
Haboob out west causing Jeff trouble. Not what I would have had on my bingo card. I think I was guessing that you were somewhere in Arizona. What city? I don't exactly know where the Hoover Dam is. That's probably on me. But
So, yeah, I mean, so there's a whole history here, of course. A dam built back in the 30s. Boulder City is right over there. That was a town that popped up as a result of, you know, the dam being built in this area, right, which took, 4 years to build, way ahead of schedule. It has not been full. Lake Mead has not been full since 1983, a long, long time ago, and something like 17 years of above average rainfall is now needed to boost this lake level back up to where it's supposed to be. And again, that's a problem because there's lots of states and territories in Mexico downstream who share this water, and, people just aren't that good at sharing these days.
So obviously, last week you're in Cancun. This week you're out west, the southwest, I say. Is there a theme going on that I'm just starting to pick up now? It's more rocks and deserts. What's going on here?
No, there's no real theme. Of course, part of my series is, Where in the World is Jeff is brought to you by Delta Airlines. And I try to go places where you can get to from Minneapolis with just one stop, right? So there's a direct flight, of course, to Las Vegas. There's a flight to Cancun. We'll see where I go next. For the 10 o'clock show tonight, I'll actually be on the Strip in downtown Las Vegas, which, of course, is just about 30 minutes that way where my hotel is. And it's a beautiful night. It should be an interesting scene downtown Las Vegas this evening.
Sounds great, Jeff. We'll have to talk to you then, and hopefully, safe travels on the way back. We'll catch you next week. We'll be right back here on Up North at 4.
Research shows that adding menthol actually makes tobacco more addictive. And this is a real issue. Tobacco companies have been targeting low-income neighborhoods and racial and ethnic groups for decades. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
The Menards Garden Center is open. Save 11% at your one-stop destination for all your outdoor projects. Want flowers for your deck, patio, or yard? We've got hundreds of colorful options to choose from. Growing a larger garden? We've got the soils, seeds, and tools you need. Landscaping? Check out our wide selection of edgers, pavers, and patio block. The Menards Garden Center. Let's grow. Pick up a bag of Schultz Quick Lawn for $6.99 after sale price and 11% off.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
This summer, submit your favorite water photo to the Summer Fun in the Water contest for your chance to win an ice cream cone at Pirates Hideaway. Submit your summer fun photos at WJFW.com. Sponsored by Pirates Hideaway.
Welcome to Patchouli Garden in Park Falls. We love authentic Indonesian patchouli, and we specialize in our original custom blends. Everything with the Patchouli Garden name on it we make right here in our store. Visit Patchouli Garden in the store or online.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Our kids have to navigate a world that is crowded with flashy tobacco products and manipulative tactics most parents don't know anything about. Tobacco companies are working hard to keep young people hooked and parents out of the loop. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Welcome on back to Up North at 4. I have Dan and Linda, who are involved with NAMI, joining me on the couch now. And NAMI stands for the National Allegiance.
No.
Did I screw it up already?
National Alliance on Mental Illness.
That's what it is. So I was somewhat close, but of course, obviously not right. And have you guys on today because obviously May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it is obviously a very important topic to talk about when obviously not a lot of people do. And Dan, you were kind of telling me before the show as well that you just kind of wanted to take some time to, you know, think about the people who have been affected by it and maybe taking their own lives.
It's important that mental health is spoken about, because it really does in some cases save lives, the awareness of mental health. So before we continue, I would like to take a moment of silence for those who struggled with mental health issues and committed suicide.
So Dan, I also wanted to talk to you guys too. Obviously this is a very serious, very tough topic to talk about for many people. But what can you guys do, or what do you guys do just to kind of break down that barrier so that people are more comfortable to open up and say, like, this is what I'm going through and I need help? How does that sort of work?
I think for us at the center, it's a stigma-free area. And so when people join us, I want them to know that they're among their peers. A lot of us have walked those walks and have had those tough situations in our lives. So when people come to our center, it's really important that they feel welcome, and they feel that they can make those connections to find resources and support.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I don't want to ask any too personal questions, but do you think if any counselors or those who are involved with NAMI, if they just have that sort of experience of like, hey, I've gone through this, do you think that just kind of goes a long way in being able to connect with people who maybe reach out, who are dealing with certain mental illness?
I've kind of found that to be the case because I'm a certified peer specialist. And I think that not to, take anything away from, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. They all play a very important role too. But I think for at least some people, there might be a bit more of a tendency for openness if they're talking to somebody and they can relate to that, because they've gone through some of the things. And I think that helps with some people, can feel, hey, I've got someone I can talk to who understands because they've been there.
Right, and maybe it's one of those things where just talking to someone they see as like a regular person, quote unquote, it just feels a little more safer, more comforting. And obviously that does appear to be the case. But I also, with NAMI, you guys, with it being May, Mental Health Awareness Month, you guys have a few events coming up just to kind of spread the word a little bit. What sort of events do you guys have coming up, and what are you hoping to accomplish with those events?
Sure. Well, first we have our brain cell, which you'll find in the area businesses. We have paper brains up in the windows. There's signs that will tell you a little bit of information about our center. We've expanded this year. We've gotten into Minocqua and other areas. And all of those will come with information about our center. So we're really excited to get that going. And that'll be throughout the whole month of May.
Okay.
So if you see one of those paper brains, just ask the establishment and they'll give you one that you can take, or you can sign and put your name on it and put it up on the wall there.
Well, that is awesome. And obviously, very important subject, and there's people out there who maybe are searching for help, who just are maybe a little afraid to speak up, they're nervous to speak up. But the last question I'll ask you guys is how could they get in touch with you guys if they maybe want to learn more, if they just need somebody to talk to? Where could they get in touch with you?
They are welcome to just stop in at the center. We're open Monday through Friday from 11 until 3. And we're located at 235 Stevens in the lower level of the Trinity Lutheran Church. Or they can call us Monday through Friday, 11 till 3, at 420-1700.
Perfect. thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you guys so much for talking about this. This was obviously a very important topic to have covered, so I appreciate it.
Thank you very much
We'll be
for
right
having
back
us.
here on Up North at 4. Thank you.
Guess who's making a splash? You're Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with replacement windows from Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call the number below now to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. Now is the time to say goodbye to high maintenance and inefficiencies and say hello to our beautiful replacement windows. Our windows are custom built in America, made with exclusive composite Fibrex material, are low maintenance, and won't warp or bow like vinyl does. And when combined with the best people in the industry and a superior process, you get Renewal by Andersen's signature service. A unique start-to-finish process skillfully guided by our industry experts so you can feel confident in your decisions and more comfortable in your home. Our spring savings event won't last long. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call now before it expires. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor. Do you have sleep apnea? Struggling with your CPAP? Ditch the mask and let New Horizon Sleep Solutions help you achieve your best night's sleep. Dr. James Block is your expert in oral appliance therapy, a simple, comfortable treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. If you have a CPAP machine that you're struggling to use, consider oral appliance therapy to improve your sleep and protect your health. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation appointment and wake up to a new horizon in sleep apnea treatment.
Guess who's making a splash? You're Denord, of course. We make installing your dock easy enough for just one person, and you don't even have to get wet. With our piers, there's less maintenance, no rust, and no fuss, because we're factory direct. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
Welcome on back here to Up North at 4. Sean Moore, a science teacher at Rhinelander High School, is joining us now on the couch, and we are not making homemade liquor or getting into the bootlegging industry. We're doing some science experiments today. So Sean, thank you so much for joining us. What's kind of going on in these vessels right here?
All right, so Nate, are you familiar with octane? Have you heard the word octane before? In gasoline?
I've heard of the word.
Okay.
Okay.
Gasoline, octane, how many carbons do you think that is?
A lot.
8 carbons.
Okay.
8 carbons. Octane like an octopus.
Okay.
This is called propanol, ethanol, and methanol. These have 3, 2, and 1 carbons. They're alcohols. They are flammable.
So we are using alcohol. So I wasn't totally lying, I guess?
So you weren't totally lying. Yeah, okay. So I coated the interior of this with some propanol.
Okay.
So if you want to put on your goggles.
I'm getting a little nervous here.
This is called the whoosh. You ready?
Oh,
1,
God.
2, 3.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was fun.
So that was isopropanol.
Okay.
All right. Now, you ready for 1 less carbon? Do you think this is going to be bigger, or do you think it's going to be smaller?
I'm going to guess bigger.
I'd say smaller.
Okay. So
we're going to say smaller.
Yeah. All right. Split the difference. All right. 3, 2, 1.
That was cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was like a pitch higher, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Little musical instruments. And now, that was ethanol, 2 carbons. Now, methanol, 1 carbon. You ready?
This will be a little bigger, I feel like. Woo!
There we go. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
So obviously, doing a lot of experiments in the classroom, this is sort of what you are known for, right? How did this sort of come to be for you?
Well, I used to work as a chemist, and I didn't really interact with people. I was just in the lab all the time, all day. And now I can do experiments whenever I'm bored, whenever the students are bored. I can just burn things. I teach chemistry.
I'm guessing they respond to that pretty well.
Yeah, most of the time. But now a lot of these demos are on TikTok, so I have to have that to keep.
You gotta get a little more interactive.
Yeah, a little more interactive.
So what do we got going on now?
So here's you've heard water to wine.
Of course.
From another bearded fellow. So I'm gonna make some water to wine here.
Okay.
We got some water right here, and let's see if this works here. Now, yeah, okay. So if you're a wine connoisseur, I know it looks a little fluorescent.
Off. A little bit. Yeah.
Now, maybe you're not into wine. Maybe something is easier on the
stomach.
stomach.
I'm not a big wine guy, personally.
All right, how about some milk?
Oh, good for the bones.
Or lemonade.
Yeah,
lemonade too.
yeah.
All right.
So if that's what you're into, nice, calming, soothing on the stomach. But the weekend's coming up.
Of course.
You guys are ready for some tall, frosty brew here, and I can't let the bubbles touch me because you wouldn't want to drink
not
this.
Good.
yeah.
Not good.
And so it's supposed to be kind of yellow, but
right.
Hey.
So what is this, and how did this happen here?
These are acid-base reactions.
Okay.
So this started with a buffer that was high in pH, and then just added the indicator that turned the color. And then this was a precipitation reaction.
Okay.
Immediately that's what the cloudiness turned into the barium coming out of the solution. And then finally just some hydrochloric acid to dissolve it.
Easy
And turn in the...
That I don't want to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
That much.
So what kind of other cool experiments do you guys do in the classroom? Because I know I took chemistry, we did a lot of cool experiments.
Yeah, we just started making these little mini rockets that I couldn't exactly make. I couldn't bring them here, so instead I brought something.
I'm not trying to burn down the studio.
That's a little more fun here.
4th of July is right around the corner.
Right. Why go to a fireworks show where you can just do it
when
yourself?
you can come here and...
So I've got this stuff here, which is called lycopodium, and it's a real fine dust. Have you ever heard of like explosions in like dust in like grain mills and things like that? So dust has a real high surface area. So if I were to take this out of my whole little homemade contraption and then blow it over the fire, 1, 2, 3.
Very cool. Flamethrower. Well, Sean, we appreciate you coming on. We have to chat a little bit more, but we'll be right back here on the break.
All right.
After the break on Up North at 4.